abilities.
EVE Online is a vast universe, alive with the unrelenting activity and combined history of its players. Pursuing lives of adventure, warfare, and prosperity, they share this existence in the biggest single shard, free-to-play MMO of all time. Set 21,000 years in the future, EVE takes place in a distant cluster of over 7,000 star systems known as New Eden. It is a rich and diverse universe, featuring densely populated havens of relative safety, governed by 4 great empires. Hostile systems, where player alliances make the rules. Even regions of anomalous and unexplored space that hold their own secrets. You play as a capsuleer, a revered breed of highly trained pilot, having achieved immortality through the use of cloning technology. You navigate the universe encased in an armored capsule deep within your ship, where you have complete neural control and function as one. There are hundreds of ships to fly in EVE. Everything from small, nimble craft and versatile mid-range vessels to formidable warships and colossal freighters. Each has advantages and suited roles, but all are completely customizable as you decide how to equip and arm them. What you do in New Eden is entirely up to you. EVE's immense sandbox gives you the opportunity to choose between multiple professions and activities. The key to this unique customization of your playstyle is skill training. This is a passive process, and it continues whether you are in or out of game. As a new player, you can focus on one specific area in order to quickly reach the same level of specialization as a veteran. So be adventurous and explore new avenues of development for your character, as you can always change role and reinvent yourself if desired. If you want to fight, combat in EVE can involve solo missions against non-player adversaries, or small group skirmishes, while for some, it can even be the thrill of fleeting up with thousands of fellow pilots and battling over disputed territory. If you want to explore, then the discovery of uncharted space and ancient regions that promise riches, danger, and adventure await you. You can also engage in the business of prosperity, be it industry, mining, or even interstellar piracy. The beauty of life in New Eden is that all of these activities, and many more, can be done alone or with others. A unique in-game mode.
Man, bro, anywhere you go, you know what I'm saying? You gonna get stepped on. He come down here, you gonna get stepped on. I pulled him to the side. Hey, bro, man, you real quick. So your brother went over there something because he said he was getting something on the problem home or whatever, and then it didn't go out. And then they expect, so we ended up in that. And your brother being, I guess, cocky brother he is, told him until, whatever. The whole time this conversation going, brother went over to the door to go holler at him or whatever. So we wrap up this conversation. Big Billy say, now, here's the situation. Now that knife's gone. Now we're gonna take care of my brother. But I just came over here because I feel like the folks should do something concerning that he said something in front of that police officer. I mean, it's only right. I mean, we're independent.
I had one to come steal my fish before.
That would have happened. Something I'll say that what he said. 10:30 say, man, bro, I always doing something. He was like, well, young thing, I'm gonna get up out of y'all's way, whatever. I'm gonna take care of
right there.
I should have never been holding that knife and whatever. So I'm gonna do
under the
that.
water.
I'm hoping this is selling, because I want nothing to come behind if that knife belonged to GD. I was like, oh, you good. So he mobbed out of the cell. Soon as he mobbed out, I'm sitting there, I'm talking to 10:30, he talking back. We converse, we having a whole little conversation about talking for back. What's up? It's funny, folks. Come on in, bro. Man, bless his say, hey, brother, I got the arm with the aeration over on the door talking about, he need to whatever. I'm like, it's about talking for. I said, man, go get him real quick, bro. He go get him, bring him to the cell, bro, come in the cell. Man, bless his say, I'm telling you, man, police done ran there, got my bush up out of there. He already opened $50. So I told you one time, if he go to the hole or not, when he get back, I'm talking about two. I said, hold on, TV no more. What's up? Man, they just came over and hollered at me. I got a question. I don't care about none of that. 10:30 say, hold on, bro. You can't be talking to bro like that. I said, nah, let him go on and say whatever what he want to say. Man, so look, this is the situation, bro. So he owed me $50. Until he paid me, I'm letting him hold by this time. Big Billy knock on the door. Hey, y'all pay. It's Billy. I said, come on in. Bro, man, I don't care about nothing. He come in. Man, bless this say, what's going on with you, man?
I always get two sick.
Man, your brother owed me 50. He said, man, I already know what's going on, man. I just went over and talked to my brother, Joe T. I'm addressing Joe T right now. He said, nah, you need to be talking to me. He the one I said, man, hold on, folks, let him talk. Like I said. Joe Tate, so I go over and talk to my brother now, and your brother thinks he's about to double up on mine, and he wants him to replace that knife. Joe Tate, that's just not going to happen on my watch. It's just not going to happen. I don't understand the way he's thinking about this, when he knows 9 times out of 10 how the police end up in that cell because it's something that he said out of his mouth. By that time, bro say, man, what he hold on? I said, hold on. No, hold on, because he got the game. What he trying to say?
Like even today,
run it down, Big Bill.
I hadn't had no sleep for about 3 hours, 4 hours, but
hey, we're in your same.
I done rest.
That's how I was.
What we say? The scriptures say the wicked can't get no rest. And look, the righteous don't need no rest, and the wicked can't find no rest.
Look here, you might think for a second in your mind you're down there popping whatever game, but at the end of the day, me and you were the same color. They were a badge. Now, you down there calling yourself probably, hold on, man, he ain't finna be talking to me like that, folks. He ain't talking about nothing. I said, look, check this out. I got it, Bill. I said, when you were down there, folks, when it was time to lock down, did you say in front of the police?
What's happening, man?
To do, go get that because he got to hold that through count.
Yep.
Man, I don't remember.
I'm on YouTube.
Well, my brother is saying that when he walked by, because he was trying to hold that for you, which he shouldn't have been holding, which I'm going to take care of when he gets through with his bid in the hole, if he goes to the hole. Now, my brother tells me that's what you said. And then when it was time to lock down, his cellie has no reason to lie. We don't play about things like this. So it's no reason for me to be in Joe T's cell, being disrespectful, as if I'm coming over here with some kind of hidden agenda to call doing some kind of divide and conquer where you get in trouble with your brothers.
Right.
Now, these are the principles I stand on.
Oh, man.
What happened when he stepped in the cell, the officer said to my brother, you must have was going to get whatever you're holding for, whoever you're holding it for, which would only make sense because she just heard you say what she said. Now, my brother pops off and tells her she needs to watch herself. And next thing you know, they're running in my brother's cell and they find the knife that he's holding for you, like I told Joe D. Now, I don't know if that knife belongs to you or GD. He said, that knife belongs to me. That's my personal knife. Well, my brother is not going to be replacing nothing.
No.
And that debt is going to be dead. Other than that, you can go over and you can see my brother when that dough pop. Other than that, the coincidence
when that dough swing, you need to
Joe T, I'm going to leave that up to you. I said, man, y'all can still got to see a big bitch.
Hey,
man, Joe T, you were going to sit there and let the opposition.
It's different when
hold on, bro.
a nigga just pop up in that bitch. You think he ain't never been laid down before.
The brothers that's in
then
there. I said,
you
what
get talking your bullshit. Then that's it. He said, hey, nigga.
Man, bro,
I don't get no fuck who with you, nigga.
Bro, I ain't
when that dough swing, you need to be ready to swing. Boy, that nigga know one thing. I just ran into a company.
The new Auto-Tune 2026
that nigga
has
know
been
nothing else. That motherfucker know one thing.
Because this version runs lighter.
I said, what happened on that situation when Brett got locked up? Bro, that ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
You got knuckle up.
I said, nah. What happened
Win,
on the
lose,
situation?
You got knuckle up. You know there ain't no bluffing this shit.
Dude down there.
Bluff your mama, bitch.
What happened on the case, bro?
You gotta come on with it.
Come on with it.
Come on, motherfucker.
That ain't got nothing to do with nothing, Joe T.
Shit.
For the brothers who don't know, everybody know.
Nigga. I'm in this bitch by myself, nigga, what to do?
Bro,
ain't damn Lord in this bitch, ain't damn Muslim in this bitch. Bitch, what it do? Huh?
Bro, that's the reason why brother don't say it, because he told me before. I said, bro, it never happened if you don't say something to that girl. And anything else that happened, it started with collaborating what you told the girl. Point blank, period, bro. And now we in a situation where somebody's cell done got kicked in because of you saying something with your loose lips, which probably led, bro, they don't, bro, it's no way to prove, bro, if she went up there on the street. I said, bro, he just said you were being disrespectful, folks. This is the same girl that heard you say he holding something for you. If you go down there and ask her, if she knew he was holding it for you, why she send the police in there?
Yeah. My ex-wife was
Bro, that's
right?
why I know she didn't go in
Gave me
there.
my first
If she
fucking
know it's
write-up
mine,
that
why
I
would she
ever
do that?
had out of 10 years.
I said, you making my point.
The other times in the county jail, you ain't gotta get no write-up if you violate. You just gonna go lockdown.
Right.
So that's how my shit was going in the beginning. I was just going lockdown. I went lockdown like.
Bro, I want to see the white boy.
Like 10, 11 times before I got a
you gonna see that 6 minutes too?
Write-up, bro.
6 minutes? You want me to write it up?
Shit.
6 minutes what?
Minutes, nigga.
No cover.
He must be a gangster.
But I done told you about your mouth.
Hey, guys. See, he said 6 minutes.
6
minutes?
minutes?
Oh, yeah, he must be a gangster. Cause nigga, we can go 5 to 7.
Y'all agree with this, folks?
Yeah, nigga.
GD on that, folks.
Not 3 minutes.
What's up?
6
Man,
minutes.
folks.
Nigga hit the ground. Hey, get him up. Let him up.
Point blank, period.
And no stomping
said
and kicking.
that in front of the police. They ran in dude's cell, bro. You lucky. You ain't gonna wait till you come.
Back at it, bitch. Like, put him up.
Okay, so boom, folk.
That's the thing
want to
about
be
being around real
folk.
niggas, boy. You
Now, I
know
don't know if you've ever been cool with somebody, and then over a period of time, you realize not only did they not like themselves, but they didn't have no identity.
You got out here language.
So they started taking on
certain
parts of your personality, certain parts of your character,
you got a hood
your body
lingo.
language. You got a swag about yourself, your lingo, how you dress.
I ain't never heard this nigga. He just said something. I said lingo.
Just how you are
bro,
in the room with people.
Fuck around and fall in that system.
They don't know who
and you
they
don't understand the motherfucking lingo.
It comes off as creepy.
Nigga, you ain't been there to understand all the lingo.
Because by the time they feel
nigga,
that they
you gonna end up in a
stolen
slang bank.
your identity in their mind, it comes off as if they believe you stole their style.
Okay.
Not only that,
talk
they
ass
start to
off.
dislike you in a sense because
and like you know,
really realize
and you don't know.
They know.
Boy,
they took that from you, but it comes off as anger because
what
the whole
time
they cannot be
what
who
the
they
name
were not designed to be. But they gotta come up with a reason when you probably done seen them as to why you
I believe in letting dead beard dead. I just don't like talking about it.
Because they making it.
When you in lockdown, nigga, you gotta figure out how to get it in.
What? You can
when you in prison, you gotta figure out how to get it in.
Style. You can,
but when you in lockdown,
it's different when you realize somebody.
You gotta figure out how to get it in.
Videos, then you know that I've
see it. You ain't get the vid.
Platform because try hack.
That's how I know my wife.
You wanna hate?
Well, you know I had to sharpen up.
Keep getting money, funny.
I had to really get sharp. Look, I had to make you hate everything they taught you.
Today, you all have a treat.
You know how hard that shit is. Look, these bitches trained you, paid you to learn this shit. Now I gotta come back and undo this shit.
How is it
Come on.
that them dudes just able to walk around?
Come on, man.
Y'all flawed on the East Coast.
I gotta
What you mean, y'all? I didn't make no.
But one thing about
last
it, we
time I
ain't gonna
checked,
get
I
hot
didn't have nothing to do
We're not gonna
with
get hot right
writing prison rules out here. I just got
You
locked
got
up
to know
like
that.
everybody else.
Nigga, it's down there 12
And like
after 12.
everybody
We
else,
ain't
I
finished.
fall in line according to where I'm locked up.
Yeah,
If this was Cali, Arizona, Texas, I would program according to that state. I got a crazy story for y'all. On a time when the penitentiary themselves put all them dudes with bad charges right on Front Street. For y'all who don't know, Front Street means out there for the world to see. And that's exactly what they did. They implemented a little program that was going to make it where everybody knew who had bad charges. If you're going to be in the cell with me, I'm going to find out why you're in the cell with me. I'm going to ask you why you're in the cell with me. But the internet wasn't always so available. And it wasn't like it is now, where guys have got tablets, Some guys have jailbroke the tablets, meaning the tablets the prison have given them. They figured out a way to get full access to the internet with them. You could call home and your girl could sit right there on the phone and pull up the court records. It wasn't always like that. There was a time when if you really wanted to know something about somebody had to get in their car, grab their purse, grab their wallet, go down to the court, pay for the paperwork, request the paperwork, have all this information, go to that county. Things are a lot easier to do these days, making it a lot harder for those guys to hide. So general rule is, if you're going to be in the cell with me, I need to know. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, my name's Jay. Okay, yo, that's what's up. My name is Jay. And check us out real quick. I'm down for robbery and malicious wounding. My past crimes consist of pretty much the same thing. Robberies, malicious wounding, putting my hands on other men. Got a problem with that. Not in the wrong way, but used to have an anger issue. But that's my jacket. Here's my charges. I've already got my stuff. Even though nobody needs it, I've got my stuff. So then I'm going to ask you, hey, what you locked up for? Some people, even in the East Coast, it's kind of, man, you mind your business, you don't be asking, but look, if we're going to be in the cell together, I need to know why you're locked up for many different reasons. If you got some type of weird infatuation with choking white dudes until they die, yeah, it's kind of something I need to know.
You could be in this motherfucker.
Now, when it comes to who's in other cells or who's in general population, you don't know.
Why you in this
Somebody could have had one of those offenses way back in the day, and unless you're going to send your people all the way to the courthouse, you don't know. They could have been done time in the past, and I've seen this done, and I've had this happen to me. I did time with a guy one time, right? Who was there on a whole bunch of theft charges and different felony charges. He was in prison, and everybody knew him. He was very known in the prison, had done a large portion of his life incarcerated. And what everybody didn't know was he got out, and he came back. Well, he didn't get out from the prison we were in. He transferred to another prison, which he would be released from the hole. So when somebody goes home from the hole, general population doesn't really know about it unless somebody comes out the hole and says, hey, he went home. So this guy goes home from the hole. He would go on and catch some bad charges, some of those no-nos, playing with underage, and we get sent back to prison. Nobody thought twice to question him about why he was in there. Number one, nobody knew he had went home. Number two, he had been checked into in the past, and everything came back good. So guys ran across him, not knowing that he got out, not knowing that he caught some bad charges, under the assumption that he was still there on the same bid. It's like you see somebody today, and then you see them today, and you know what their charges are, and you see them a year from now, you're not going to be like, hey, let me check your paperwork. No, because you're under the pretense that he hasn't gone home yet. I got a trick like that. Only to find out later on down the road, yes, dude was in prison for what he told me he was in prison for. But he went back to prison in return. He had some bad charges. But like I said, they had already done their homework on him, so there was no point to check into the guy. Prison did something that made every single last guy that had to register, that had to get on that registry, they did something that made it impossible for them to hide. Whether they realized it or not, they thought they were helping them. And all they did was show them to everybody else. All they did was bring them out of hiding. Bring them out. Showed us what they were. Hey, there's this new program coming in. Anybody that's got that, you know what? Let's just get into today's video. And it's Wednesday, hump day. Let's get over this hump. Let's get this week behind us. Let's get to the bag. All that being said, y'all know how to see me. Know how to live it. So, let's relive it. I've met two guys. Two. And all the time I was incarcerated, that actually admitted that they did what the court said they did.
I sprayed that bait.
Two guys that actually said, yeah, I'm guilty.
Nah, we ain't caught him. Nah, man, I thought you caught them all.
We would handle those guys accordingly. We just leave it to that. Them guys were very good at hiding. Guys would go to the extent of getting fake paperwork.
You gonna get some with
like
that stinking ass shit right there,
sit down
guys.
and type
When
up
I
some
smell that
charges
shit, you heard
I've
me
seen
say,
that
bro,
done.
what you got? What you
That
put
weren't
on that
really their
motherfucker?
charges.
I thought you put some liver on there.
It looks
They
like
ain't got nothing but a worm
I'm
on.
not
They
no
just sprayed it.
Corologist,
That shit
like,
stink like
I ain't
stink.
in here magnifying papers, and we're not really checking papers like that.
What's
You're
the
just
name,
gonna
man?
want to know who's around
Steve.
you. West Coast.
Steve on
They're
Wally.
digging in the crates. If it ain't a sealed file, they're gonna find out, right? But like I said,
no, I'm from
out
Mississippi.
here, you just want to know who's in your circle.
Yeah.
See, now we're not raining. Like the whites don't run with the whites, the blacks don't run with the blacks. The only group that does really stick together, there's two groups, and that would be the Spanish. Spanish consisting of anything from Mexican, El Salvadorian, Guatemalan, like a whole bunch of guys. They fall under Spanish.
You from here?
And then the Asian dudes. Asian can be anything from Cambodian, Philippine, Korean, Japanese. Like they all fall together.
You seen my real?
But the white dudes don't click with the whites. The blacks don't click with the blacks.
Yeah.
You're all gonna find guys that remind you of the guys you would hang out in the street. And those are gonna be the guys you kick it with. Now you're gonna want to know that the guys around you are who they say they are. So a lot of times you'll ask them for paperwork. You'll ask them 100%. I'm gonna ask any and every single person that I'm ever gonna be around, what are you locked up for? I have one cellmate in particular, one.
Yeah, look like
that when he first came in the cell, I noticed this about him from day one. This dude is constantly doing legal work.
You know what?
Like he is filling out this and that and this and that, and every single day he's getting something notarized and he's sending mail. So he's either got a really high profile case or he's fighting the case that he's saying he didn't do. One of the two. After about 3 days, 4 days, me and this guy got spoken. He's more or less, when I say we haven't spoken, we haven't conversated. It's been a weird 3 or 4 days. Now I'm not in the cell with him. I took a break from tattooing, so I'm on the yard a lot. So he's just playing the cell. And when I would come in, I would like, hey, homeboy, let me get a couple minutes in the cell. Not this time by myself. He would grab his legal stuff up and go out in the pod, and he'd sit out there.
I wish I could say I run.
Stacks, and
I wish I could say Afghanistan.
And folders,
I'm from Baghdad.
Case logs, and
my pop called it Bad Daddy.
So after about 3 or 4 days,
when they raise you, they just don't raise you right in that.
I gotta know.
You see that
First
line
of all, I'm getting real curious as to what all this paperwork is and why there's papers all over the damn cell. Like, secondly, I need to know why you're locked up. You haven't told me. You haven't asked me why I'm locked up. We ain't really conversated. Maybe you really focused on your papers. It's got you to the point that you can't even talk. Or whatever it is, we're going to figure something out real quick. So we lock in one night, and we're sitting there, and he's sitting down at the table. And I'm not trying to be nosy and stay over, reading over his shoulder. We ain't even spoke, so it's probably not a good idea to be eavesdropping Mr. Nosy Nose, trying to see what he's writing down, right? Trying to see what that case is, see what he's pulling up. What you got going on right there? Let me see. I don't do all that. So I just started making small talk. I said, what's up, man? You don't talk much, dude? He said, yeah, I talk, man. I said, well, what's that, like 3, 4 days? Like, is this just how it's going to be? Or you a dude that just don't speak to his cellmates because it kind of makes for an awkward stay? Like, what's up with you? Nah, it ain't nothing like that, man. You know, I've been down a couple years now. Now, a couple years can mean a long time or a short time. I said, what's a couple years? He said, been down about 3 weeks. I said, okay, how much time you got? He said, I got 10. I said, word, me too. How long you been down? I said, about the same amount of time. Okay. So he gets to chopping it up. He gets to telling me, yeah, man, I was a savage in those streets, boy. Yeah, look, I was doing this, I was doing that. Guys talk way too much. If I was to tell all the things guys told me they did while I was locked up, like I've had some guys full out confess to some terrible, terrible things, which just goes back to they talk too much. He telling me I used to woo and
spray that thing
pow, pow, bang, 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 bang. All these different things in the streets.
Yeah, I sprayed it all in.
Okay, so that's what you locked up.
What was that? You sprayed it in the bucket, in the bait bucket?
So why you locked up? Now, anytime somebody doesn't just tell you their charges, they start off with a story. That's not good.
But
so look, let me tell you what happened. Listen to me now. So he says, look, I'm at this apartment complex one night, right?
Yeah, because you see, you doing what we do over there. You just throwing in the middle. Say, right where you throwing it, that's what we throw it on the other side. But you throwing, and you closer to where we be throwing it.
He said she had a boyfriend.
You closer
so I knew that I had to be careful how I played it. He said, so I would see the dude out in the apartment complex. I didn't really focus on him. His girl was bad. But most times I saw her, I saw him. He said, but the few times I did see her without him, she would always stare. He said, you know how it goes, Jay. The stare goes from the stare to one day it's a wave to it's a, why you always staring at me? Why you don't come say hi? So he said he did. So he went over, introduced himself, got to talking with her, and, you know, the boyfriend comes home at a certain time. I'm not even sure if he lived there or he would just come there. But he said you could tell she was kind of paranoid, standing outside talking. So she's like, I'll let you out. And they exchanged numbers. They talked to each other, right? He said it quickly becomes very apparent that she's not the most loyal of women. Yeah, she's got a man, but she's showing interest, right? So he said that they talked for a while now, back and forth on the phone. And that one night he's drinking. It's like I'm with my homeboys and them, we're drinking. And I'm talking to her on the phone, we're messaging back and forth. She's like, hey, he just left. He's not going to be back for a while. Why don't you come over? So we said, boy, tell his homeboys, hey, I'll be back. Where you going? But I can't tell you all that. Tell you back. So he said he goes over there. She opens the door. She lets him in. Said he took a couple beers with him. Said after a little bit of time passes, they start kissing. They start making out. And she takes him by his hand, leads him to the bedroom. No sooner than they get to the bedroom, they start getting busy. This dude, I guess the car he drove was either really loud, really raggedy, or souped up. One of those, because it made a lot of noise. So I don't know. Maybe it was the stereo system. It could have been the motor. It could have been the muffler dragging on the ground. I don't know. But you know your car when it pulls up. I know all the cars in my house and the sounds they sound like when they pull up. So he said they're mid messing around when she's like, he's here. And she hops up and she runs to the window. You got to go up a staircase, another staircase, and I think there was one more staircase you got to get to this apartment. Different stories, right? So he said they hurry up and gets dressed. Boom, hits the door. He's dipping out. As he's going down the staircase, he passes dude. Now, the only place he would be coming from as he's passing this dude is very obvious. The only place she could have been coming from, homeboy, is my girl's crib. He said, so he looks at dude looks at him, it's nighttime now, and he keeps it moving. Cuts across the parking lot, goes back to where his homeboys and them are, and gets his beer. So he's over there a little bit of time, right? And they've got some beer, but he's looking around for his beer. He's like, oh, my beer at? You left it. So he said, I can't remember if I left it sitting outside, like we talked for a little minute outside. Did I leave it in the parking lot? Did I leave it upstairs? Did I leave it in the apartment? He said, so he went back. He said, but I wasn't going back to, like, go knock on the door. He said, I can't go knock on the door. Man's in there. I don't know what's going on at this point. I'm just going to see if I left it sitting in the parking lot or maybe I left it sitting up there outside the apartment. And as he's walking towards the apartment, he sees the police. They see him and hey, come here. He said, I ain't run. I ain't take off. I didn't do nothing. I walked up. Like, hey, what's up? What's going on? Hey, turn around, put your hands behind your back. What's going on? Put your hands behind your back. He's like, I live out here. He said he thought they were getting from being drunk in public. Like, you know, can't drink outside like that. Some cops are serious about that.
I got the
all this
fuck
crime
out the way.
going on. Concerned about somebody having a beer. He says so they turn around and they handcuff him. He's like, what are y'all doing, man? What's going on? And he said he looks over and there stands the girl. There stands her boyfriend. And there's cops all out here. Now, as he come around the side of this building, he walked up, the cops already there. He said, I hadn't done anything. I didn't, crime goes on out here. I didn't have any reason to run or any reason to backtrack. Like, I didn't have anything on me. So I wasn't worried about them. He said, so I proceeded in that direction, at which point they saw me. I was like, hey, come here. I walked over there and they handcuffed me. Well, so what happened, man? Why they handcuff me? By now, I'm intrigued. By now, I'm curious. You done told me a whole lot, but you still ain't told me what you locked up for. He said, bro, this girl's man came in the crib and started freaking out because he saw me going down the staircase. He ain't stupid. He knows the only place I could have been coming from was there. He said, I got dressed quick, fast, in a hurry. Like, boom, boom. like Superman.
The hook, talk about down here.
Back into my original gear, quick and got up out of there. Like, I ain't trying to get caught. You better not get caught in another man's house with his woman. The girl lied. The girl told the dude, "Did you see him? He just forced his way in the house and he did this." And she lied. She said there was a knock at the door. She opened the door. She had seen the dude in the apartment complex before, so she had the door cracked. At which point he burst through the door.
Hey man, be good, man.
So now she's told a lie to protect her relationship, so that her man don't leave her.
You too.
Like he should have. But just based off of her statement, they went outside and locked him up. He's like, so they swabbed my fingers, took my boxers, did all these different tests. And of course, DNA came back there. He had DNA on his fingers because he was prior to. Yeah. DNA came back on his boxers because he had already was in the midst, right? They ended up convicting him. He would fight that case the entire 10 years. He did not plead. He did not take none of that. They ended up getting him with this object penetration charge. And then they hit him with a couple more charges, which made him a registered offender. Crazy. Now, at first, a dude told me the story, and I've been lied to so many times, I ain't gonna be nobody's sucker, right? At first, I didn't believe it. At first, I'm thinking to myself, yeah, this dude's gonna have to get out of myself. He's a tall, black dude. I'm not gonna say his name because I do not believe he committed the crime that he was convicted of. I do not. I read enough, watched him go over this case enough, read all the discrepancies, things she said that were, you could tell 100% doesn't make sense what she's saying. Because in one statement, the original statement, she said that she let him in. And they're like, well, how did y'all end up in the bedroom? And she's, it says that she went to the bedroom and he followed her back there. Then in the when she went to the police station, she says that she had the door cracked and that he burst into the home, at which point he then forced her to the back bedroom. So it went from you had seen him in the apartment complex before, he seemed friendly, you let him in, y'all were hanging out, you went to the back bedroom, and then he followed you back there, to he knocked on the door, you cracked the door, talked to him, he shoved his way in, and then grabbed you and forced you to the back bedroom. It just didn't make sense. I've had relationships in the past, right? I've messed with my fair share of females. If we go to the bedroom, there's a reason we go to the bedroom. I can't see where somebody was doing something like that, they would go to, hey, let's take it to the bedroom. If somebody had that intent, I think it would happen anywhere. It would happen right then and there, whether it be in the kitchen, the living room, wherever the incident took place is where I think, this is just me thinking, where it would actually take place. So her stories didn't line up. He showed me. This was her statement when she called the police. This is the statement she gave on the phone. Help me. A guy just broke into my house. I was assaulted. And then also the whole, well, why did it take your boyfriend coming home before you decided to call 911? Well, I didn't know what to do. And her boyfriend ran outside looking for him and everything. And he was just a couple buildings over. He wasn't hiding. He returned back to get his beer, hoping that it would be outside. Saw the cops and still continued walking in that direction. Whoa. He had a bum lawyer. Any good lawyer would have picked that girl's statement apart and the lies she told apart, and he wouldn't have been convicted on that. This was a case of her just being a thought. Let's call her like it is. She was being a thought. She gave it up. Her man comes home. Oh, well, get out. She tries to hide Jody real quick, get him up out the house. Him and him pass each other and leaving. And she, rather than tell the truth, oh my God, he forced me. Made up a lie. And that man was going to do 10 years in prison and is now a registered offender.
Sex offender.
That was a story I felt I needed to share with y'all before getting into this. That was the only guy that I was ever in the cell with at any point in time that I ever knew that had some type of charges like that. And the only reason we were in the cell together is because anybody with 2 eyes and 2 ears that could read could take one look at that and tell this is a lie. None of this matches.
No, that shit don't.
She gave 3 different accounts.
On me.
None of it makes sense.
That
would be the only guy I was ever in the cell with that had those type of charges, right? Out west, it wouldn't matter. It could have been broadcasted on TV. Innocent man convicted of charges. And everybody in prison know that that man's innocent, but just on the fact that he was convicted, he'd be green light all day, baby.
Yeah.
So there came a time. Let's get into the point of. I just wanted to share that with y'all, man. I hadn't thought about that in a while. Like I said, if you watch your homeboy, man, you know who you are.
You get.
And it's just AB, not 80 and Barth. I did the story on him. It's another dude. The initials AB. A black dude, about 6'3", 6'4", ball in, about 255, 260, big cannon bowling ball shoulders. So with us not running according to race, when it comes to the guys with bad charges, there's nobody in charge to say, hey, go do something. It's much easier to do that type of stuff when there's one guy that oversees everybody. And rules have been set in place since the 50s, 60s, and 70s that state if they're no good, they have to get off the yard. Well, somebody in charge of y'all is going to tell you, go take him out. Out here, there's nobody in charge, nobody unless you're in a gang. And even then, their main focus is getting money. So if they run around attacking or eliminating every single man that's got bad paperwork, there ain't going to be many of them left because there's a lot of guys with bad paperwork. There's no PC camps. There's no offender camps out here. No, none of that. They just mix them in. And if you don't do your due diligence, you don't do your homework, you'll never know. The guy can say he's locked up with 8 counts of robbery. And if you take him at face value, you'll think he's locked up for 8 counts of robbery. And then you'll get out and find out. Oh, man. He did what?
Yep.
Weirdo. We had a bulletin board in the pod, right? This bulletin board was locked, had a plexiglass cover. And the lady at the time running the building, Carolyn Parker, was our unit manager. That means she oversees this entire housing unit. She was real close to the gay dudes, the gumps, the boys, the sissies. She kept a pack of them in her office. Like any given moment, if you needed to go talk to her about some paperwork or getting something done or you needed something, she's the unit manager. She oversees the building. You go over to the office, there'll be 5 punks sitting in the office, legs up, laughing, joking, cleaning, like she was kicking with a homegirl. She loved the gay guys.
Trying to figure out who
she was Carolyn Parker would have the gay dudes come down and actually give them keys. This is how much power the Gumps had. She would give them the keys. Now, this ain't just a key to the bulletin board. No, this is a big key ring with keys to doors all across the prison. Like, if you know what key goes to what and you can duck low and stay underneath the radar, you could have unlocked yourself all the way up out the prison, but you're going to have to go past too many guards and eventually go in court. But she would give these dudes keys. Dude comes down there, unlocks the bulletin board, a big case, and makes us comment. He says, some of y'all ain't gonna like what I'm about to put on the bulletin board. Y'all ain't gonna like this at all. Ooh, they about to find out. Piques all our interest. What do you mean we're about to find out? What are we about to find out? This is prison, don't much change. So he puts the menu up there, letting us know what the chow hall menu is for the week. Puts up some other little things. At the time, they were doing transfers to this new prison called Green Rock. So he's putting up a paper. Anybody want to go